Hey, it is the king of all mediums, and you are watching podcast number 70. So the king's having some personal issues, but he thought he'd do a podcast just to stay in touch with his followers. And podcast 70, today is June 15, 2021. Hope it's not too dark. I'm using my old Macintosh computer because the sound on my iPhone is really bad. And I don't know really what's wrong with it. So see how this comes out. So today's podcast is my Jimi Hendrix vinyl collection. And I think I have about 16 Jimi Hendrix records. He only released probably 5 official releases in his lifetime. Okay, so I have 16, and I'm missing a couple. Okay, so let's go through them. Okay, the first album, to me, is the second greatest album of all time. Love this album. And this is the Are You Experienced, right? Are You Experienced? Okay, see how that comes out. Okay, Are You Experienced? Great album. Groundbreaking album. Made him an instant star. And of course, this is the American releases. You know, I'm from America, so I was thinking of getting some of the English releases, but what's on the American release? Side 1, Purple Haze, Manic Depression, Hey Joe, Love or Confusion. Probably my favorite Hendrix song. I love that song. May This Be Love. Deep. Those are 2 deep cuts that are really great. I Don't Live Today. Another great song. Side 2, The Wind Cries Mary. Fire. Third Stone from the Sun. Foxy Lady, Are You Experienced? Many consider this probably the greatest debut album of all time. You know, the people at Doors say that might be too, but this is an incredible, incredible album. Whether it is the greatest, it has to be up there. Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? Okay, this is a repress, by the way, 100 grams. All right, so December 67. Second official release is another repress. I'm going to bankrupt myself with originals. Axis Bowl is Love. Another great, great album. And great cover too. See if I can open it up. You can see this. Right. 7-headed Hydra. Okay, so what's on this? EXP. Right. EXP is like a Mitch Mitchell. It says he's a, go through this, but it's a spoken word. It's a spoken word. Get the mic. It's a spoken word type song. Up from the Skies, Spanish Castle Magic. Great song. Wait Until Tomorrow, kind of a Motown show. Ain't No Telling, and The Great Little Wing. And finally, another great song. If 6 Was 9. Okay, side 2, You Got Me Floating. Castles Made of Sand, great song. She's So Fine, a Noble Redding song. One Radio Wish, I love that song. Little Miss Lover. And finally, it ends with Bold as Love. So, Axis Bold as Love is second album. Now, so Jimmy came to New York and he decided to make a double album. And, in England, I think they releases with Naked Ladies. And he really didn't want that. He wanted something like this. And this is Electric Ladyland. So this album is a double album. Right? You have 2 vinyls. And by the way, I have a lot of Hendrix CDs. Maybe I'll make a separate Hendrix compact disc video. I have 2 box sets. I really love Jimi Hendrix. I mean, I find when I go to the groups I like the most, Beatles, Rolling Stones, they often don't include it, but it's really, because he's more of a solo artist, so maybe that's why. So what's on this? and the Gods Made Love. That's just a guitar piece. Have you ever been to Electric Ladyland? Cross Your Own Traffic, Voodoo Child, long version of that song. Little Miss Strange, another Nova Redding song, Long Hot Summer Night. I think there's a lot of filler on this album. I never thought this album was as good as people made it out to be. Like Long Hot Summer Night, I think is kind of a weak song. Come On, Let the Good Times Roll, that's a cover. Gypsy Eyes, pretty good song. Burning of the Midnight Lamps, great song. Okay, go to side 2 now. Rainy Day, Dream Away, it's a good song. Now, one of my favorite Hendrix songs, I think maybe his greatest work, called A Sound Painting, 1983, A Merman I Should Turn to Be, and it goes into the ending. It's a small part called Moon Turn the Tides Gently. I love that whole piece of work. Great, great song. Hope it's not too dark. Here it is. See if you can see it. Okay. And side 4 contains some smash songs. Still Raining, Still Dreaming. House Burning Down. All Along the Watchtower, his version of the Dylan song is, of course, probably one of his most famous songs. And finally, Voodoo Child, Slight Return. That's an unbelievable song. So, some great songs in this, but then a little filler. So, but, and he brought in some sidemen like Steve Winwood, Buddy Miles, even Brian Jones made an appearance on this album. So, but a great album nonetheless. But, it's a 5-star, but a weak 5-star. I've never been a huge fan of this album. But it's, I think this first album's the greatest. The second album's great too. And that's kind of weak. Now, this next album, I was just listening to it today. It's funny. This is like a repress, and this album had a couple of skips on it, so I might have to give it a cleaning. Jimmy plays Monterey, live at the Monterey Pop Festival. Had some skips, I wasn't impressed. It's funny, I was reading something on YouTube, how not to store your records in a PVC bag. Sure enough, this is a PVC bag, so I replaced the PVC with a standard paper storage, so I might have to give this a nice wash. And great performance by Hendrix. See if we could see some of the songs. What's on this? See if I can get there. There you go. Alright, so it opens with Killing Floor, Foxy Lady, Like a Rolling Stone, love that version of it. Rock Me Baby and Hey Joe, side 1. Can You See Me, does a really awesome version of Can You See Me. The Wind Cries Mary, Purple Haze, and of course, the memorable, he burns his guitar, Wild Thing. Okay, so for some reason, maybe it wasn't produced good. I'm not sure. All right, now for some reason, let me see. Let's find the other. I have two of these. Yeah. I have two versions of smash hits. I don't know what's the difference. I was going to buy the English smash hits, but I have two smash hits. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. Same album. Pretty much it's Are You Experience, but there are some differences. So let's take a look at this one. Looks like it was taken, the photos were taken in the American Southwest. You see smashed hits, which has a bit of lighting. Okay. Sometimes it comes out better. So, Smash Hits is the greatest hits album came out. Actually, that's 4. Actually, there was 6. This was technically an album that did come out. It's more of a compilation. Purple Haze 5, The Wind Cries Mary, all off of Are You Experience. Now, Can You See Me was off the British audio experience. So never released them there. Hey Joe, Stone Free, another song. It's on the British audio experience. Manic Depression, Foxy Lady, Crosstown Traffic was from Electric Ladyland. All on the Watchtower was from Electric Lady. Red House and Remember, both were from the British audio experience. No songs from Axis, however, right? There were no songs from Axis, Bold as Love, right? So, and I have another one. This one says giant poster included. Maybe we got a giant poster. No, no giant poster included. The fourth album that was released was a combo. Monterey, one side Otis Redding, one side Jimi Hendrix, which I don't have. But you don't need it because I actually have it on cassette, actually. You don't need it. And this is a special album, okay? This is Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies. Try to get some decent light in there. But it's special, and I'll tell you why it's special. It's an original. Somehow I got this from my older brother. He was born in 1953. And what's interesting about this, it's an original. I cleaned it pretty good, and side one sounds excellent, but side two is a little weak. You know? And Jimmy had to come out with this album because he signed a contract with this guy, Ed Shalpin, and settled, before he became big. So this is actually off Capitol Records. And what's interesting about this album, it's very heavy. And so it's not too bad. I mean, I cleaned it, this was 69, 70. They've actually released a whole concert. So, hold on, let's put this back. So this is an original. Brother bought this probably 1970 somewhere, when he's about 17 years old. And the next album was the first posthumous album, and this is The Cry of Love. Right, The Cry of Love. Oh God, it was the light. Here it is, The Cry of Love. Not a bad album, but there's two great songs I think on it. And the rest are okay. There's nothing great, but it's a pretty good album. Freedom's a good song. Drifting's a song I really like a lot. Drifting, beautiful song. Easy Rider is a really good song. Actually, three. I think Easy Rider I put in the great song category. A 5-star song. 3 5-star songs. Nightbird Flying is good. My Friend's kind of like it's hard to describe. It's basically like a Bob Dylan type song. Side 2, Straight Ahead. Astro Man was something he did with the Experience. It's like a superhero. It's a kind of a fun song. Angel's a beautiful song. That's another 5-star song. And from the song's okay. It kind of has a nice riff. And Belly Button Windows, just him on the guitar. A lot of people say that's his song. It's saying he actually is trying to commit suicide. So. This is A Cry of Love. So the first posthumous album after Jimmy died. All right, let's take a look at the next album. The second posthumous album was Rainbow Bridge, which I always thought was kind of a neat album. I love this album. And let's see if I can remember. Well, Dolly Dagger begins the album. Really good song. Earth Blues. What else is on this? Let's see if I remember. They were supposed to make a movie out of this. Okay, here it is. Dolly Dagger. Earth Blues. Polygot's a beautiful song. Room Full of Mirrors is a really good song. First Side is really good. And Star Spangled Banner, done in the studio. Beautifully done. It's kind of a dark house. You know how the hell it's going to come out on here. Rainbow Bridge. Alright, let's see. Need some better lighting in here. And here's the back. Okay. Side 2 isn't as good. But there's a Look Over Yonder, Hear My Train Coming, and that's live. Look Over Yonder's live. And there's also Hey Baby, very promising song, but it doesn't seem complete because Jimmy goes, is the microphone on? Figure they could have had a better version, so. All right, now the next album I do not have. It's a little expensive. Next, there was the third album he did was called. The third album he had was called War Heroes. I do not have that on vinyl. It's a little expensive, it's $30. Now, I was able to get this though. Loose Ends. This is the fourth of the original posthumous albums. And this has some pretty good things on it. Paid $20 for this. It's actually worth a lot more. Come Down Hard on Me, Baby. Pretty good song. Blue Suede Shoes. Jam 292 is like a jazzy type jam. Famous Stars That Play with the Laughing Stands Dice, STPLSD, which was, I forget the flip side to, I forget which song, but early on, it also appears on the British smash hits. Drifter's Escape is a song by Bob Dylan, which he covered. Burning Desire is a pretty good song. Hoochie Coochie Man, that's a blues song. And Electric Ladyland is just, it seems like the beginning of, when he started to do Electric Ladyland, just, the beginning where the producer gets Chas Chandler saying to him, what's it called, Jimmy, what's it called? He goes, Electric Lady, and he starts singing it, So it's just, you start hearing the creation of the song. Okay. Now, very ugly incident occurred in the Jimi Hendrix catalog. Now, with all these tapes left over, one thing about Jimmy, he was always recording. And they released 3 albums. Alan Douglas took over at this point, and they released 3 albums. There was 3 albums. One, I forget, but one was Jimmy as a jazz artist. That was called 9 to the Universe. They didn't mess with it at all, but one of them was as a blues artist, and the one was called Midnight Lightning. Midnight Lightning. Right? In Midnight Lightning, they erased the original. Backing men, and they put on new backing men, and some good songs though. I mean, it's kind of disappointing that they did this. Trash Man, Midnight Lightning, Hear My Train Coming, Gypsy Boy, Side 1, Blue Suede Shoes, Machine Gun, Once I Had a Woman, and Beginning. So that's a kind of a disappointing thing, You would figure that they would leave the original sidemen on the album. But Alan Douglas claimed there's too many tempo changes and okay. Let's see. Here it is. The other I don't have the 9 to the Universe, but I don't know. I like this album actually. This is another one where they took away the. It's called Crash Landing. Okay. All right, and this has Same thing. They erased the original sidemen, and they put though the message to love on this. They do have it. They have Billy Cox and Buddy Miles. Somewhere over the rainbow, crash landing, come down hard on me. Peace in the Mississippi is a great song, but again, they took away the original sidemen with the power. Stone Free again is a cool song. That's a really cool song. It's like it's a totally different song. And the song I love is really cool. It's Captain Coconut. Yeah, it's a really cool song. And they erased the sidemen. Although Billy Cox is the bass player on it. He plays the bass line, and so. But that is a cool song. So this is Crash Landing, one of the controversial albums that they did. Okay, Crash Landing. You got three more. What's this? This is two more. Yeah, okay, I got it. Right, this was a album I picked up. What is this called? I don't know. This is get the name of this. Can't even tell by the side. There's some sort of compilation. I don't know. Someone out there would probably know the name of this album. But it's some kind of compilation. It's Are You Experienced, I Don't Live Today, Voodoo Child, Stepping Stone. I think everything else was released. Castle Made a Stand. It's a version of Killing Floor from Monterey Pop Fest. It says previous unreleased. Purple Haze. Red House, Crosstown Traffic, Third Zone from the Sun, all in Watchtower. So all these songs had been released. Let me look. I know how to find it. You go to the album. This was rescued from my Jimi Hendrix. Let's see what it is. It doesn't say. The Mystery Album. Didn't say the name of the album. Oh, Kiss the Sky. Okay. Kiss the Sky is the name of the album. Yeah, the name of this album is Kiss the Sky. Just a compilation. Got this in the 80s sometime. One of the albums that survived me losing all my possessions. I guess I didn't lose all my possessions. Okay. So Kiss the Sky. Okay, two more. This is, some of the covers weren't bad. This is Are You Experienced Again. I'm not sure what the difference is. I mean, it's an older copy. Yeah, same thing. Hold on, let me see how the condition is. It's a pretty good condition. Yeah, nice condition though. Or maybe not. Some scratches on it, but it's not too bad. Yeah. This is Are You Experienced without the cover. More an older pressing, but okay. And I think I got another one, but cool with this one. This is Hendrix in the West. Now this, again, I don't have the cover anymore, but I do have the album. That's the most important thing. And this is a great album. I love this album. Great live album. Begins with the Queen. That's the British national anthem. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. Little Wing. They do an excellent version, live version. And a great version of Red House. A great version of Red House on this. Okay, and side two is Johnny Be Good. Great version of that. Lover Man. Blue Suede Shoes, and they ended with the Voodoo Child. This album came out in '72. So Those are what I have on vinyl. I think I do have one more. What it was called, it was the Royal Albert Hall concert. I don't know what I did with it. So that's another album I have. So that's all the albums I have on vinyl. But I have more Jimmy, and maybe I'll do a podcast on that. So thanks for joining me. This is the king of all mediums, and today is June 15th, 2022, and podcast number 70. A look at some of my Jimi Hendrix vinyl. Thank you, and have a good day.